Welcome to a Business Minute with Lily Lopez, presented by the South Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Today, we are honored, and more than honored, we're privileged to have with us Sheikh Abdulaziz bin Ali Al Nuaimi. He's a member of the Ajman royal family in the United Arab Emirates and has made a name for himself as one of the most resilient and vocal proponents for the environment, as well as being a youth catalyzer through his inspirational presentations made around the globe. He's considered to be a change agent for environment and sustainability in the United Arab Emirates, where he's being environmental stewardship, a social campaigner in the Arab world. But more importantly than just reading a little bit about him is the relationship that we have had with His Royal Highness, who we were privileged because he came to our Viva Miami Hispanic Heritage Business Expo 10 years ago. He flew from Dubai just to be here with us. So for us as a Hispanic chamber, as Latinos as they call, but I say as Hispanics, having him fly just for us, that meant the world because it's another country. It is so far away. He has such a wonderful reputation. He's a member of the royal family and at the same time, so down to earth, such a regular and common person that you just could feel with him as if he's family. And I think in life, those are the things that matter. Not so much titles, not so much degrees. Like I always say, it's just about the heart and as a human being. And for that, I think that that's the most important thing of our green sheik, like we call him, because he is human. He's a great person. He's also very much interested in taking care of our planet. So welcome, Your Highness. How do you feel being here today with us? And I know that we did a conference yesterday in which you also were so gracious to be part of that panel discussion that was sustainability. So tell me, how do you feel?
First of all, thank you, Lily, and I'm so happy to reconnect with you after 10 years. And we still have the relationship, friendship, and you still have beautiful memory about myself.
Yes, I do. Absolutely, I do. So tell me, because obviously I'm just dedicated to businesses and we do business promotion. We have a scholarship program and we have a sustainability committee, but obviously I'm learning. And so for me, having you is like, wow, it's like the encyclopedia of sustainability. So tell me, what does real sustainability mean? And how do people see it in different ways? Like, how would I see it? How would someone in Japan see it? Someone in United Arab Emirates see it? So how do the people of the world see sustainability and what we can do for our planet?
Sure. If we see the term the sustainability, most people either they focus on their interest from business people. If they are
Mhm.
from economics, they will focus from an economy, or from the socialists, they will come the social affairs or social part. So it depends. There are no specific definition or universal definition of sustainability, but there are. I can define sustainability is how to support, to give support to something,
Mhm.
support to the business, give support to the earth, give support to some product, give support to something that's valuable, even to hold up something, to keep up something, to protect, to prevent, to back to basics or back to natural. Because most people now like to be natural, back to basics. The food, no, they love to eat slow food,
Mhm.
not just organic food, clean food, which has no any any chemicals, additives, or any preserved things. So
Right.
the people
More
focus on,
green.
yes, green, and sometimes not just organic, even vegan, even clean food. So all this, how to save, how to protect, how to prevent. Within this, there's the roots of sustainability. Two roots, what I identified: the identity and integrity. Those two, and the head of those roots are leadership, because
Of course.
sustainability is part of leadership,
Of
not
course.
leadership part of sustainability. So the leadership can lead the sustainability to go further and beyond. So this is what I'm saying.
Mhm.
Sustainability is not about just one item to sustain something, no, to prevent, to protect, to save.
Exactly. And with regard to the different continents, how do you see? Of course, there has to be more continents in the world that take care more of the environment. And there are other ones that are very pollutants. I don't know if that's the correct word, but they like to pollute and they don't care. So how do you see, how can we educate those nations that really are the ones that do most of the contamination, right? In the world. And we know who they are, and we're not going to name them. I mean, I'm not going to name them now, but we know who they are. So is there any way that we can try to work with those leaders to see that if they could improve? Because sometimes we see that in the US and other very developed nations, we try to do better, and like you in Dubai, but then there's other countries that they don't care about the environment. So how is there a way for us to educate them, Sheikh? How do you see that?
Lily, there are many ways, but what I am seeing, there are two levels, bottom top and top bottom. When I'm saying bottom, from
Oh,
grassroots, education, youth movement, actions through
mhm,
NGOs, through private sector. So those I can see them as from bottom top.
right.
So with education, we focus on our generations because those are the leader of tomorrow. If they are equipped with knowledge, with awareness, with understanding, and how they can collaborate together to prevent, to invest, and also to save either the environment or the future. And then from top to bottom, reinforcement, law reinforcement, number one. Number
Mhm,
two, transparency.
mm.
Transparency. And how we
Transparency.
can do that. This is very important. Number three, role models. There are countries, very mature role models in Norway, in Sweden, in some Scandinavian countries, some in Australia, in New Zealand, somewhere in Africa, Rwanda, for example. Have you been to Rwanda? You
No.
see, focusing the environment and tourism to make good business, sustainable business, bringing the
Oh.
environment link with tourism. It's a beautiful concept
Oh, I did not know that. That must
to
be
protect
interesting.
their conservation. So they always, when they talk about conservation, they take action of how to protect the tourism. So
Exactly.
there are economics, there are business, and there are saving of the environment. It's a beautiful concept.
Oh, I didn't know about that. We learn something new every day. And
Oh, Rwanda,
what actions can be done on global challenges, like besides climate change, on deforestation, desertification, what else?
again, there are many conferences, but what the outcome of the conferences, still, it's all about decision. It's about
All about
leadership.
this issue. And leadership.
It's a leadership. I
Leadership.
cannot change people. I cannot change a government. I can't change leaders. But
No,
leaders should have that integrity and
they should
work
have
together. The integrity. So
absolutely. And when it
the
comes to
solution,
economics and money, then people forget about our planet.
really, the solution is there. Is there? Everything is there, but it's to make the right decision.
To make the right decisions. So we're not, are we doing our responsibility then towards Earth? People are, but our leaders, are they doing it? Like you're saying,
No,
not all are doing the right decisions, right?
there are some
Everything
good
is the
examples,
economy and money.
but there are some good example. I cannot generalize, but there are
Good,
some few good example we can learn from them.
exactly. So it's been great to have you in the show. Is there anything else you would like to add that we
Well,
have not said?
Well, we have to think about South
Message.
America. South America is a
So,
potential for young people. They are really, really hungry for change. Mexico,
Mexico,
uh, and
Brazil, Argentina.
Brazil, Colombia, Argentina. The young people, they are rich of their hunger, rich for learning, rich for change, but they need to see a model, a role model, an
They
example.
need to see the leadership needs to
Ye-
change. The
Yes.
leadership and
My
the
hope to South
model.
America, to the Hispanic, even the United States, there are good people around, but I think they have the chance to go further and to make a good action.
And I agree with you absolutely. The people are good. It's just that unfortunately sometimes leadership is not there, and people make mistakes, and they vote for the wrong leader, and or sometimes they say something and then after they're elected they do the opposite. So we're trying to see how we can get together the people to elect the right leaders and to help hold them accountable, right? That's like what I say here. I mean, we elect our officials here. We have to hold them accountable and we have to speak up. And we're the ones who put them in office. So we should not stay quiet. We should be outspoken and let our voices be heard. And especially with regard to our earth and take care of it for our future generations. We won't be here, but for our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and everybody else who comes after that. So, Your Highness, any other words you wanted to mention before we close
Just
the
want
show?
it is my honor that we could reconnect again, Lily, and I would love to invite you to come to the UAE to see our environment, to see our business, to see our sustainability, and we are opening the bridges between UAE and the US and even other countries. So you are welcome, and we look forward to see you and your team um, or delegate to come and to visit us, not to be inspired, but to exchange and learn from each other.
Exactly, and we are planning to do that. We're talking about that, and we're trying to see if we could do a very small group traveling in January, so we can establish, like we say, like the Hispanics say, the relationship and strengthening the ties to see how we could continue working together and expand those opportunities out there and to learn from you, because I know that United Arab Emirates is a great nation, and specifically you, whom I know and admire and respect very much. So thank you, Your Highness, for joining us for a Business Minute with Lily Lopez. And I'm going to turn it over to Yendi Alvarez for 90 seconds of tech.
This is Yendi Alvarez for 90 Seconds of Tech. Sometimes we feel like the changes we want to see are bigger than us. We may think that we have no power over the environment and making our planet a better, safer, and healthier place. But the truth is, every change starts with an individual, and you need to start with yourself. Cool thing is, there's an app for that, the Oro Eco app. This app is actually a very accurate calculator, and it tracks your carbon footprint, it tracks your climate impact, it analyzes every part of your life from traveling to eating, and it gives you actionable tips. It helps you to reduce pollution, and it helps you save money. The app is a very accurate calculator, and it takes everything into account and shows you how to change yourself for the better. For 90 Seconds of Tech, this is Yendi Alvarez reminding you to save the earth.